keeps on flow. Every gear we shift feels like a gift. Speeding down the lane, victories in our name. We win together, rain or shine. PHG forever, crossing the line. Gasoline and fire, chasing every desire. Around the curves we go, teamwork keeps our flow. Every gear we shift feels like a gift. Speeding down the lane, victories in our name. We win together, rain or shine. PHG forever, crossing the line. Wheels burn on the track, PHG is where it's at. Roads long and winding, but our team's always grinding. Underneath the starry sky, engines roar, we fly. Sweat beading on our brow, teamwork's the key right now. We win together, rain or shine. PHG forever, crossing the line. Gasoline and fire, chasing every desire. Around the curves we go, teamwork keeps our flow. Every gear we shift feels like a gift. Speeding down the lane, victories in our name. We win together, rain or shine. PHG forever, crossing the line. Gasoline and fire, chasing every desire. Around the curves we go, teamwork keeps our flow.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to round 7 of the GT PHG WS here at Daytona Road Course. I am joined by Leo. Leo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, TKs. Thanks for asking, bud. How are
Awesome.
you doing?
I am doing well, sir. You know, we've been here behind the scenes trying to get this stream set up as best we can. Um,
Yeah.
Wanted to address, so I will be broadcasting here on this stream split one, and then for split two, There's a link pinned in the chat that'll take y'all over to um, Salamander's stream, and he will be doing the live broadcast from his stream as I will be racing in Split 2. I made the last minute decision to try this race out. Um, Leo, you've been busy and haven't been able to get in the game much. Did you happen to try this combo at all?
I have not, bud. Since Wednesday, the PlayStation got put up, put in a box, and along with all my other belongings to move, and in that time frame leading up to that, getting everything set up, I have not been able to touch this combo at all, unfortunately.
Oh, I gotcha. Understandable. Life happens, doesn't it? Keeping us
Yeah,
away
yeah.
from this wonderful game.
Darn life getting in the way.
Getting in the way. So what we have here is 30 laps at the Daytona Road Course.
Ooh.
And that's a lot of laps. A lot of laps. Looks like the weather's going to be nice. It's going to go kind of simulate a 24-hour race. So we'll start in the morning and go all the way through the night till the next morning. So we'll get to see sunrise, sunset, stars, airplanes. The only thing it doesn't have is the fireworks like you get at the real Daytona race. We will
Which
be
you
used
were
to.
just there.
I was just there. I was there with Papa's House of Games, Turtle Shell, Augustella, and of course C Turbo. We camped out there 3 nights, 4 days, and took it all in. It was fantastic. They're going to do a grid start in Group 2 cars. We got 2 times tire wear, 2 times fuel, so not crazy. But they have to use all tire compounds. And now that I say that, before I enter my split, I need to make sure I've purchased all tire compounds because I don't know that I did that.
Ooh.
But so they'll be having to run the racing softs, racing mediums, and racing hards around this. We got shortcut penalty week. We got pit lane cutting, flag rules, car collision, and ghosting during race is set to week as well. So there will be some ghosting, which we know around here, especially with that invisible wall. It can be very helpful. And
Yeah, don't want to get too close to that thing or it will completely wreck the car.
absolutely. You were watching me do some practice last night, and I was getting dangerously close to that thing. And as we look here, it looks like there's one car that stands out, and then everybody else is running that NSX Concept GT, with the
Yeah.
exception of our co-commentator, PHG Salamander. So he went with the RS5 Turbo. Very interesting. And another thing to note here is that we had a slight physics change update on Thursday. So the people such as myself that set their time on Thursday versus earlier in the week had much quicker times. So whatever they changed uh, made these cars about 3 seconds faster a lap. And so Shaggy smartly just split the people who qualified on Thursday between split 1 and split 2 instead of trying to figure out what the times would have been. And so that's kind of how we did it this time. And big shout out to Shaggy, of course. Thank you so much for putting this on. Very, very fun. And it looks like we're about to get started.
Oh,
Hopefully,
okay.
we get this quali underway. 10-minute quali, so plenty of time. Plenty of time to do laps. Leo, do you like these Group 2 cars?
I absolutely love them, bud.
You do? Okay.
I've I've found myself liking the higher downforce cars more and more as time goes on.
Ugh,
I don't know what it is,
gross.
but I know. But I think I've gotten used to them quite a lot. The NSX, of course, is the dominant Group 2 car, which is unfortunate because I mean we had the Toyota One in added into the game not too long ago, but that really should have been a Group 1 car. But
Yeah.
personal opinions aside.
Indeed. Well, looky here. We are getting underway. And man, these drivers are so quick. I cannot believe how fast of times they've been putting down around here. So I wonder if there's going to be anybody's going to opt to change tires in this qualifying, since it is a 10-minute quali, but an out lap and a full lap around here does take quite a bit of time. Any thoughts on that, Mr. Leo?
I mean, with the tire wear being as low as it is, it's not going to really affect the car. What did you say the fuel was at? Was it ×2 as well?
×2, yep.
Okay, so I mean, both of those are pretty negligible, in my opinion. So I would be more focused on going as fast as humanly possible, not even worrying about them two factors, and just keeping consistent and getting used to the laps there.
Okay, okay. Yes, very good. I'm taking notes here because have no idea what I need to do for my race. And actually, Racer 51 went with the GTR, so we have 3 different vehicles in this race.
But I think he's trying to disguise it as a Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy GTR. Yeah, I've heard of those. Heard of those. I just wanted to feature
GTR.
this livery turbo made. Very cool.
That almost looks like a livery from a certain BMW that y'all saw.
Oh yeah,
right there.
Indeed. Those BMWs they got a little dirty, and as we see the sun starting to set, or is it starting to rise? Interesting. I was like, did the color just change? No, the sun. The sun did it. So
I would think maybe early morning. Maybe?
Yes, early morning. So that is the sunrise.
Yeah, there we go.
So Shaggy is leading the way on the flyer lap.
There we go.
Do you know the names of all of these corners?
I know a few of them. I know that there's the International Horseshoe where they've got all the flags, of course, and then you got Horseshoe West, and then that's about it. Besides the Le Mans bus stop.
I think you nailed it. There's a kink in there somewhere. There's the NASCAR turns. Yeah. That sounds good. That was good enough for me.
Hey.
Now
Tune for that one. He's the one that teaches me all those.
Well, thank you, Tune. Thank you very much, sir. As he comes up to the Le Mans chicane, and I was shocked at how fast you can take that thing in these Group 2 cars. You were saying you're starting to like that downforce more.
Yeah.
I'm just so not used to it. So when I was running practice last night a little bit, I was shocked at how you can just chuck this thing into the chicane.
With these higher downforce cars, the key is to like kind of lift more to get the car to turn. So lifting more gives you more rotation in the car. So being able to go through that bus stop at what 150, 140 is what I saw last night with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Absolutely insane.
I don't know what them guys in the actual cars are doing, but I know that's quick.
Yeah. It's crazy to see how fast they go through that chicane, especially in the GTP hypercars that they got. It's insane. So Jorge Sr. leading the way with a 1:34.4. Very quick time.
I'm not shocked.
Not shocked at all. He is proven to be very fast.
Yeah. I want to say that is one of our newer recruits that we got.
Yes.
He came in with Carl.
Ooh.
What do we got?
Commentator's curse has struck again.
Oh, no.
As Jorge Sr. spun coming out of one of them horseshoes over there. And spun right around. That's where I was struggling the most, was just getting on the throttle too quickly, because you want to get as much speed for that long straight, and then that happens.
It seems like the Horseshoe West and going into the banking area, that seems to be a trouble spot for any car that you're in, no matter if it's a Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, that all of a sudden elevation change in the track can discombobulate the car very quickly.
Indeed, and watching in real life, you could see that as the cars came around that turn, they were very unsettled and bouncing
Ooh.
all the way through that turn until they get on the nice smooth banking, and then they just fly. Lyric has hopped up into P2, not too far, and now has gone purple. So let's see if they can finish this lap as they come up to the area we were just talking about, where it's very easy to unsettle the car.
Oh.
A little bounce, bounce, bounce.
Ooh, yep.
Little tail wag, and then go.
Tail. I want to say, didn't we use one of these cars? We used this car in NRL, and I think I've got some facts that I remember about it. It's actually a 4-cylinder in that thing.
Really?
It
Is it
is. I
is
think
it a
it's
hybrid, or is it just
I
turbo to the max?
turbo to the max, I believe. I believe it's the K24, just tuned to the moon.
That's awesome.
And it's amazing to see that it was a concept car that Honda came out with, or Acura, depending on where you live at in the world. That they were like, okay, we're going to make this and put a 4-cylinder in it, and it goes, what, 170?
Even
I don't know.
faster. They're getting at 186 right there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
found
that's
myself wanting to shift into 7th gear, but there was no 7th gear. And
you really wish it existed.
I was like, come on, let's go.
It's got more in it. Let's go.
And the grid is really tight. I mean,
Oh man. I'd say
very,
so.
very tight. I mean, we're to P5 and we're only 2.5 tenths to first place.
That is the scary thing about these cars. If you're pretty skilled with them, the grid is going to be tight no matter what. I know when I was in them daily races with this said car, it's easy to have times very, very close to everybody. So
Now, Leo, do you notice something flashing red there? I forgot about what Salamander's driving. It has the DRS.
oh,
So
he chose the Audi.
yeah, he is out on the straight using the DRS. I'm curious if that'll help him during the race, especially getting into the slipstream with somebody else.
Yeah, that might actually help with that. It would probably, I don't know. Because it will, if I remember correctly, the DRS kind of planes out, like flattens out, so that way it can create less drag, correct?
Yes, that's basically eliminates the downforce that you're usually getting on the straights so that the car can cut through the air just a little bit faster. And then it flips back up when he gets into the twisty bits so that he can get a little more downforce as he's gone purple. So let's see.
I think he took the trick that we all figured out in NRL. I think he taped that thing down on his wheel.
Yeah, indeed. That is such a pain, especially if you're trying to get it right as you're coming out of the turn and stretching your thumb. So definitely, I think it gives him a good advantage on the straights, but a little bit of a little bit slower through the middle sector because he was purple going into the lap and now has lost time there in that middle sector.
I see. I'm wondering with that DRS, could he almost use it like an air brake to slow down more? If he is coming up to one of them turns, he turns it off and can slow the car down. Because I mean, with the downforce that it generates, it would push the back end of the car down to the ground. And then when he's in traffic, he can hit the DRS button and not worry about that dirty air as much.
Indeed. See how real the physics are in this game. Putting them to the limits with all this arrow.
Yes.
All right, we're on the final lap. Can anyone improve?
See a
Kind of
couple of
sector
guys gone
time.
in the pits.
Nope, Turbo's not improving. It's like Shell's done, Raider's done. Jorge's still going, but he's already on pole.
He wants to secure it more, just for the funsies.
He's got the championship white going on. Classic Honda right
Yeah.
there.
It's like almost like a pearl too. It's very pretty.
It is, and he's gone quicker. He's gone quicker. Didn't need to. Oh, now he's kind of eased off of it. But there we go. Getting back into it. Crosses the line. Goes 7/100ths faster than his previous time. See if Lyric can improve. And across the line, no.
Worth the effort, though. Worth the effort.
Indeed. So I believe that is everybody. Very, very nice. That went by pretty quickly. So about 7 laps, or really, I guess like 6 laps. Nobody came into the pit for fresh tires, so everybody stayed out. Seems like the grip levels are really good. Leo, can you take us through the results real quick?
I would love to, except the screen in Discord is not cooperating.
Never mind, I will go through. Why aren't you
Sorry.
cooperating? Screen in Discord. Yeah, it really isn't. Anyways, we got Jorge Sr. On pole with the 134.2, followed by Racer 51. Then we got Lyric, P4. We got Fast Cougar, P5. We have Shaggy Do 88, P6 Salamander, P7 Sheldologist, P8 Turbo, and P9 Betterdan. They're all less than a second between each other. And then we have Raider and Nasty to bring up the rear. And this is going to be an interesting race because we're going to see what tires people are starting on and what kind of strategies. I've heard a couple different strategies being offered up as far as maybe just starting on the hards. Why is it doing that? Sorry. Starting on the hards. There we go.
There we go.
And just doing one lap, or going all out on the softs until they run out, and then switching to mediums, and then finishing on however many laps you have left on the hards. A lot of different options.
Times there, TKs, and I see that Shell and Turbo have the exact same time.
Oh, wow. What are the odds? Sheldologist and Turbo, a 134.982. They are in the same car. It would have been really interesting if they were in different cars.
I guess it's possible for that.
Yeah.
So how would the game decide on who did what then?
It's who put the lap in first.
Okay.
Is how they determine it. So it would have been that Sheldologist did the 134.9 before Turbo. Put it in.
Oh, there we go.
It looks like we're going to be starting here shortly.
Yeah.
For some reason, the Discord was displaying the preview screen, not the. I don't understand this. Hats off to McNaughty for producing how he does, and And Salamander's got a good handle on it because this stuff is ridiculous.
Confusing as all get out.
Yep, and then sometimes it just resets. It's like, hey, we're gonna use a different feed or a different
Yeah,
source without asking. Thanks.
yeah, it just does it on its own. The
Rude.
wonders of computers. Yeah, I agree. You leave it alone for too long, it decides to change on you, and you're like, okay, why?
Indeed. When the race gets started, I'm gonna try to scan through the field quickly and see
Okay.
who's on what tire. Um, hopefully, I can get through that before the race starts. It is a pretty long. Oh no, it's a grid start. It's a
Yes,
grid start, so maybe I won't do that. We'll just have to see it as it goes.
we can probably do that a couple minutes in after everybody spreads out for the going around turn one and through the international horseshoe, because I suspect there will be a lot of bunching up in that area, which it always tends to do. But I've never done a grid start here except in one of your lobbies, because we
Yeah,
are a fan of that.
I love me a grid start.
I do too.
All right, well, it looks like Jorge is on the mediums, Racer
Okay.
51 on the softs, Lyric
Hmm.
on the hards. So P1 through 3, all different tires. Fast Cougar on the
And
softs, and he immediately jumps Lyric. Yeah, those hards did not get off the line very well as they come down into turn one. Everybody's keeping it clean.
yeah,
No issues there. No issues there.
it's that's a lot of track awareness there.
Indeed. Very nicely done. Love to see it clean. Looks like those mediums are working pretty well. I
Yeah.
imagine Lyric's going to come into the pits after this lap and get off those hards and then run the rest of the tires because I think you could probably get to the end on softs and mediums. Maybe I'm wrong. But the softs seemed to last a pretty long time. They did 8 laps for qualifying and they had plenty of grip left, so I could
Yeah.
see.
I don't
He's
know. I'm in the
already.
camp of start on the hardest, the worst tire possible, and get that out of the way, or sit on it for the longest time, make my pit stops the most minimum, and start working my way down to the faster compounds.
Indeed. That makes sense. I'm sure they'll have to refuel at some point. But
Oh
Jorge
yes.
holding off the 2 drivers behind are on softs, and Jorge is on the mediums. Shaggy picks up a half a second
Oh,
penalty. Racer 51 now all over the back of Jorge. Can he make a move going down into turn one? Good. Little dynamic camera action here as they come down. Keeping it clean. Watch out for that invisible wall. Very nice. It looks like a bit of a gap there Jorge was able to get on Racer.
yeah. I will say, getting close to that invisible wall will throw people off,
As you're
and they won't
following.
want to follow you. Yes. So if
And
you,
Lyric is in the pits, switched to the mediums.
there
So
we
he
go.
did the
I
one lap,
noticed.
and now he's going to have no traffic. He'll lose out because of slipstream, but he also will just be able to run nice, smooth, lonely laps, which that's not a bad thing, especially in a long race like
No, it's
this.
not.
You won't be losing time fighting anybody.
Be cruising. Be
Indeed.
cruising by yourself, which
Cruise.
honestly, in something like this, I would want. I'd want
Yeah.
to be by myself, away from everybody, and just do the pit stop strategy
So I
instead.
I think the entire back half of the grid did that. So they're not alone. We got Lyric, Raider,
Oh.
Sheldologist, and Turbo all came out on the medium. So I guess 3 strategies because some people are on the soft, some on the mediums, but the big strategy there, and they're all going to be able to benefit from slipstream if they can just keep a good pace. I think this might be a really, really good strategy.
Yeah, if they can not see red and actually work together, them three might shoot back up to the top there. At
Indeed,
least
and
what I would be hoping for if
yes,
I was in the
a
car.
massive undercut for sure. And Racer 51 got ahead of Jorge going into turn one,
Oh,
so the softer tires are coming into play, and I think we might see Shaggy and Fast Cougar start creeping up on Jorge now as they're also on the softs. But they are going to have to pit sooner, so we'll see how long Jorge makes those mediums last. And if any of the other drivers on the mediums that boxed at the end of lap one, if they know that Jorge's on the mediums, they'll be keeping an eye out to see how many laps he's able to go before he brings it into the pits as well, because that'll help give an indicator of where they need to be. But I'm sure most of these guys have done plenty of practicing, so
oh
they already
yeah.
got an idea. They're not like me who ran 5 laps, qualified, and then ran maybe 8 laps last night before stopping.
Well, you and I are like the same. We do. I don't like qualifying or running laps. I am not a fan of that at all.
Boring.
I want to race, and
Eh,
we've discussed this before.
Indeed, indeed. Racing's way more fun. Um,
Yes, it is.
I do.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hmm.
I saw uh a papa with a Santa hat. Is that
Oh, yeah. Vetterdan is suggesting maybe that Papa's going to lose this bet.
unfortunately it looks so.
Well,
I
fortunately
think
for
I
you and for us, only
eh,
unfortunately for
yeah.
Papa. This is great news
Yeah.
for everybody else. Sorry, Papa. Why don't you give a little explanation of the bet you and Papa have, Leo?
I can definitely do that. So, I had made a bet with Papa is if I win this league race of ours, that come Christmas time this year, he'd have to wear a Santa suit. If I lost to him, I'd have to wear an elf suit on stream and all that stuff. So, uh, with the way everything worked out, unfortunately, with the life situations Papa had, I surpassed him a long time ago, and he has no chance. So, an
No
overwhelming
chance.
victory,
As
which,
Salamander using that DRS
ooh,
to his advantage. Yep, I guess it does have a big effect because he just sailed on past going into the bus stop there, or the Le Mans chicane. There we go.
yeah, I haven't driven that Audi in a long time, but I remember it being actually pretty easy going. The NSX, yeah, you could throw it, you could chuck it, you could do all that stuff, and it takes it. The Audi is a little more difficult, but with that DRS on there, it's showing that it could be used in useful situations. So I wonder if he's got it tapped down while he's behind someone to use the draft to get close to him, and then once he disengages it, he's got more traction than the other guy.
Mm-hmm. It's a very clever piece of tech there.
Yeah.
Very clever. Obviously, for those who don't know, it is used in Formula One. They have DRS zones around the track that allow them to use a similar feature. But theirs, instead of the wing going flat like this one does, their wing kind of opens up like a mail flap, um,
Mm.
and then allows the air to just go straight through the wing, um, which is a pretty neat thing when it works. But in real life, sometimes those things don't work, and they go to push the button and nothing happens.
Well, goes back to that darn computer thing again.
Those darn computers just ruining everybody's day. And let's look down the field a little bit. Ooh, I like Nasty's livery here.
Teal?
Yeah,
Would
it's
you
like
call it teal?
a green. There's a green and like a teal. I like that. That looks like the Fun Dip. You got that white sugar
Yeah.
stick and you dip it in
Yeah.
the sugar. It looks like when you do the color change blue green Fun Dip. I have one of those in my bag over there. I'm gonna eat it after this because that sounds delicious. But yeah.
Now that we talked about it,
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to say he's got some cricket couch green on there.
Yeah, yeah. Converse All Stars.
Oh,
Very
do you
nice.
like it? Oh
When I
yeah,
was making the
yeah.
thumbnail, I went and looked at all the different PHG liveries and stuff. I was pleased with everything I was seeing. I'm
I do
rocking
like.
an alternate version of Turbo's livery. Well, his initial livery, he actually upgraded it even more, and I didn't upgrade mine. But it's basically Turbo's livery, and then I just use, my matte fluorescent orange and blue on it and
Go.
slap my logo on there.
Hats off to y'all for taking time to do that, because that is the most infuriating thing in this game for me. I've literally had to have Sal in a voice chat while I'm trying to do something for one of the cars, and I'm like, this is dumb.
This is dumb. Yes, I would agree with that sometimes.
So hats off
Yeah.
to them guys, like Sal and RJ, you, everyone that makes liveries instead of like sticker bombing like I do. Hats off to y'all, because I can't do it.
I mean, I essentially just sticker bomb mine. I just have a method, but it's every single one of my liveries is the exact same. I
I
don't
mean,
I don't branch out. It's opposite color flame to whatever the main color is. Put my logo on the tail light so it looks like the eyes glow, and slap some
I mean,
PHG on there.
I do enjoy trying to make your logo have the taillights as the eyeballs.
Yeah,
I
that's
started
where the
doing that on
GTR
Tuesdays.
comes into perfection. That is
Oh
the
yes.
best car for it. The Corvette's pretty good. The Corvette's pretty good, and
Yeah.
the Group 3 911's pretty fun because then it gives it the whatever LeVar Burton's character from Star Trek gives him the cool Star
Oh
Trek
yes.
eyes.
Yes. Saw we were on board with the number one cheater, aka
Oh,
Raider, for a little
Raider.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like his Coca-Cola livery. I am a Coca-Cola classic man.
And we
I don't want Dr. Pepper. I don't want
what? Oh
Pepsi.
no.
Now, I did,
No.
however, because we were PHG camping, I did have myself a Mountain Dew
Oh, okay.
on race
That
day, and I hadn't had a Mountain Dew in forever, and it was so good. It was
I
so
have
good.
I haven't had one in forever too, but when the occasion calls, I will have one.
Yeah, it
'Cause you
hit the
got to.
spot. It was in the morning. We were walking up to watch the classic race, and
Yeah.
oh, it was refreshing. I was glad
I
I had
know.
put it in my pocket before we started walking.
I know I've watched a few of y'all's videos, and I know one of them days y'all just look like y'all were drained.
Yeah, it's exhausting. And
I'm sure.
after the second day, the sun was out. It wasn't hot, but the sun was out. And when
Yeah.
you're in Florida, you're pretty close to the sun, and
Yeah.
you can tell
Really
after
there.
a day in the stands. All right, let's go check on our leaders here.
Yeah.
Racer 51 with
Yes.
a 3.5 second lead.
Wow.
Wow,
Wow.
he is
Them
pulling
soft tires
away.
proven.
But Jorge still staying in front. I guess we had Shaggy Do had a little incident because he's fallen
Oh
down to
no.
P6. So Jorge or Racer 51 doing great. Soft tires still looking good. That's 8 laps, and I see plenty of tread left.
Yeah, he's probably could go a good, I don't know, 15 maybe on the softs.
Yeah, do
I'm guessing.
half on the softs, and then uh, 14 on the mediums, and then one on the hard seems to be like a decent strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Jorge still keeping a good gap between him and Fast Cougar. Fast Cougar also on the softs would really like to catch Jorge being on the faster tire compound. And then there's a pretty good gap between Fast Cougar and Salamander. And how close is, there we go. So Shaggy,
Oh
something
boy.
did happen. He fell right in between Veterdan and Salamander because the two of them were pretty close together. So we know Shaggy's got the pace. We'll see if he
Oh, yeah.
can get himself back in front of Salamander and in contention for a podium. He too is on the racing softs. So I'm curious. So you're thinking maybe lap 15 they come in on those softs?
That's what I would assume. And halfway, you start with getting below halfway on the newer physics that we got, and it is a struggle.
Yeah. For
Struggle.
sure. For sure. But we have seen people take them all the way down somehow. But
Yeah,
especially when those
can.
fronts go, the car just doesn't turn anymore.
What is turning?
Exactly. It's like driving that Civic in race A. What's a turn? Which I set a quite a quick time. I finally
Oh.
set a quicker time than Chris Cook, Stratahawk. I got him by like 2/1000ths of a second in that
Well,
little
I may
Honda
have
Civic.
to hop on there and see what I can do because
It's
I do
fun.
like my Hondas and I do like my Civics. So
It's a fun
I
one.
tried it
I was doing it this
Monday.
morning before. Oh well, it's not going to be there Monday.
Well,
Oh, just to try it.
yeah.
You can make it yourself. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, but you
Well,
won't be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, can always give it a try here in a little bit.
Yeah. It's fun. Horn of Plenty was in one of my races this morning.
Oh, really?
I always love seeing other PHG members in daily races. Man, Shaggy is putting the pressure.
76 of us?
Yeah, so about 50% of the GT7 community. So the odds of finding one in a race are pretty high. I was racing with Lyric and was it Sheldologist? Lyric and somebody else. And in some races yesterday.
Oh, man. That's what, honestly, I love to see that we all can come to this lobby race and treat it with such high regard. Like, there's no bashing, there's no taking people out, there's none of that. People are given space where it is needed, and just the driving etiquette is fantastic. And a lot of these guys know it because, well, we all came from an RL. Yep. I mean, quite a few of us have participated. Quite a few of us do the production side of it.
Indeed.
Quite a few of us do the hosting.
Indeed. And man, Shaggy just all over the back of Salamander.
Yes, he is.
We'll see if on this next back straight, if the DRS is going to be enough to save him. But as he's getting an inside run.
Yeah.
He's gonna put him on the outside here. Nope, he gets the job done before the corner. Gets the job done before the corner.
I don't think Sal's gonna let him get too far out of his sights, though. Guess I'll get to question him of why did he go with the Audi?
Yeah. Indeed.
Because
he's comfortable. I mean, clearly he's comfortable with it. Super consistent.
Yeah.
He qualified well. He's currently in P5. Hasn't made a pit stop yet.
Oh, and he's on the racing soft. So I wonder if he will come in lap 15, like I was thinking maybe, and he'll do a small stint on the mediums and then get on the hards.
I like hards. I know they're slippery, but they're not so terrible. Everybody hates on the hards. Everybody's like, why are we using hard tires? It's like, well, just adjust your driving to the lack of grip.
Well, and like you've done with your lobbies, you have people that help test some of the cars that you got, and you found that like certain cars with certain tire compounds, it works out phenomenally. And I wonder if that applies to the actual group cars as well.
I think with the group cars, it's pretty consistent as far as it's more just a lack of grip than an instability like we see in the road cars.
Yeah.
Um, but in general, like with the road cars, it seems they seem to do better on tires more closely to what they come on when you buy it
Yeah.
at the brand central or some. So if you take a car that is usually uses comfort hards and you throw sport softs on it, it's gonna you'll probably have more grip in some areas, but it's gonna drive and be a lot more unstable and unpredictable, especially under braking. So it's an interesting
Let's-
thing. But the DRS really working there for Salamander because
yeah.
he is
He's
right on the
able to
back
make
of
the
him
thing
now.
streamline and start cruising. I wonder if that would help save on tire wear and fuel, since it's not putting that much downforce on it.
At least on fuel. I don't know
Yes.
about how much grip you lose on the straights because he's not using it in the turns, so you're still getting all that downforce
Mhm.
in the turns. But I would
Mm.
imagine it would help with fuel because you're ultimately got less drag. And ooh, almost
Ooh,
goes into the back of him.
a little
This is
touchy
a great,
touchy there.
this is a great battle we're getting. I don't know what's happening anywhere else, but this is good. I'm
Yeah, it's
enjoying this as the
fantastic.
sun is now starting to set.
Ooh,
We've got an airplane
interesting.
going in the background there.
And then
That's
soon enough,
another
we'll be able to see the Ferris wheel light up. That'll be
Ferris
real pretty.
wheel, all the stars. It's just, it's a
Oh,
beautiful game. It's a beautiful game.
it is indeed. I've done a
Mm.
couple other sims, and by far GT7 is the best looking one.
And yeah, for sure. For sure. The new Seta Corsa Evo looks like it's going to be pretty
Ooh,
as well from what I've seen from all the early release stuff. But
ooh, interesting.
this one's nice because you don't need a super fancy PC with a crazy graphics card and processor and all that jazz. You just need a PS5 or even a
There you
PS4.
go. Yeah, either one.
Either one. Ooh, this looks great under the lights.
Oh yeah.
One of the things camping here, not only do you have the track noise going 24 hours on from Saturday to Sunday, you're also right next to an airport. So you have jets
Yay.
landing and taking off and cars screaming. If you do decide to go, bring earplugs because it gets
I would.
noisy and trying to sleep on
I would
Saturday
assume that's
is
a
tough.
must. I remember there's been a couple of times my dad took me to the dirt track or the drag strip, and I was a kid at the time, and man, hearing them top fuel cars rocket down that drag strip, I can only imagine what it would sound like in a dome type
Mm,
like this, where the sound is condensed into that area,
yeah, it's
and
just
the jets.
echoing.
Oh man,
Yeah, there was one jet that it either took off or landed early in the morning, and it was so loud. I was like, what is
screaming.
going on?
I know, what is it? One of the NASCAR tracks, I think, is it Bristol, I would think. That it gets so loud in there that
Mm-hmm.
no matter where you are, it doesn't sound like the car's
And don't they
stopped
also
running.
do what's the Coliseum race?
Um,
Because that one's
shoot.
like in the stadium, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like they built a whole track at a stadium. I'm not too sure on that
I
one.
think it's the Coliseum in LA. And I can
Um,
imagine that one gets really loud as well. But I'm sure Bristol would be such. I'm not, as you know, not a big NASCAR guy, but I know enough to know
yeah.
that Bristol would be really cool to go
Oh yeah.
to. I've heard
Too
enough
bad they can't
NASCAR
have.
people say that to confidently say that I would like to do that as well.
If we could have that in this game, that'd be fantastic. Or at least Charlotte with the oval and the road course track. That'd be
Hmm.
pretty awesome.
Well, and Indy has a good road course as well. Uh, Indianapolis one, and it goes in reverse of the NASCAR layout.
Ah, sorry, I was
Found
Answering a question.
question answered. Found ourselves
Yeah.
back on board with Salamander and Shaggy because that's where the action is. As
Yeah,
Salamander
yeah,
gets back ahead. Back ahead.
taking bets now. Who's gonna be there at the end?
So we're in lap 15. Are they coming in after this bus stop? Or are they going to go one more?
Well, maybe my early guess of how long the sauce will last was wrong because they're only at the halfway point. It looks like
And
on tire
so
wear.
we'll see if Racer goes in the pits. He does not. Racer stays out. He's on the softs.
Oh, okay. See what these other
So
guys
we're
do.
going. They're going. Oh, Fast Cougar says it's time. Fast
Okay.
Cougar in the pits. Imagine they'll come out on the mediums, or would they come out on the hards and do a lap? No, I would imagine the mediums, because then
Yeah, because
you're
you'd
gonna have
want
to
to
pit for
extend that.
fuel anyways.
Yeah. Have that last pit stop be your last fuel stop and top it off to where you need to get to the end of the race.
So let's go here with Fast Cougar real quick. They're gonna go ahead and fill all the way up and
Oh.
come out on the mediums, or not all the way, but a good bit. So they're coming out on the mediums. And I don't know. There's Sheldologist. The camera got confused.
I noticed that. I was like, okay. GT7 being GT7.
Oh, and I love the sparks too as they come
Oh,
around.
yes.
It's a great feature.
I'd be, as a mechanic
Ooh,
kind
and
of
the
guy,
flames.
I would love to know what it's scraping on. Is it the diffuser in the back, or is it the
Yeah,
undercarriage?
it's like a flat surface
Flat
under.
bottom, right?
Yeah. And so it's
Yeah.
literally just bottoming out and sparking.
Okay. I know, what was it? One of my buddies worked at the Nissan dealership, and he told me that the stock GTR has a flat bottom. There's
Oh,
about
nice.
90 screws you gotta take off just to do an oil change on
I
it.
believe it. I believe it.
Yes. I was like, I would never want that car ever if I have to do that just to change the oil.
So Jorge coming in the end of lap 16. Imagine we going softs, we going hards. Racer
What are we
51 stayed
doing?
out. Racer's going as long as possible on those softs. And yes, Jorge comes out on the softs. We got Salamander and Racer 51 going for the overcut here. The big time overcut to stay out as
See
long
that.
as possible on the softs. And Salamander's tires don't look terrible, nor do Racer
Mm-mm.
51. Sal's look a little better, so maybe, yeah, like what we were saying, the DRS might have a play in the grip as well, or in the tire wear, or maybe the Audi's just better on tires.
It's a possibility. I mean, it is one of the newer cars that we got, so maybe the model's a little more correct with how it does. But, we don't ever get that information, unfortunately.
No, not for us.
So, how pretty is this track at night? Is it as beautiful as I think it is?
Yeah, I mean, this game does a really good job. I mean, it looks like this. Except for when you're at the Rolex, there's like 100 or 60 something cars on the track at a time. So you have a bunch of headlights, bunch of brake lights. You see all the glow of the brakes and the flames shooting out, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The Ferris wheel is beautiful, and then of course they do an epic fireworks show. Epic fireworks show. So it's a blast. And the sound's the best sound. It literally is a symphony of sound as you walk up those stairs, and it's just screaming, or you come out from under the tunnel. It
start feeling it in your whole body, just vibrating from it. Yeah.
Yep. Gets you excited.
Oh man. It's like the one time my dad took me to go see the jet cars go down the drag strip. That was nuts.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When they hit the afterburner button a couple of times, it's like a gut punch. It's like, oh.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So
It's fairly dangerous, apparently.
everybody's still gonna have to pit one more time.
Yep.
Just a matter of when and how. I don't think anybody's on the hards. Everybody's either on softs or mediums. Racer's got to come in this lap. So Racer's strategy, run out of fuel. Okay, he's going one more. All right. He knows more than I do.
Does he have the fuel for that?
Exactly. That's what I was saying. He knows more than we do. He probably can see that he has 1.1 laps remaining.
I do not like those odds.
And so don't spin out.
That
I
sounds
think,
like don't rev the car at all.
but no, he's revving it. I think, I think he can see that he's
Yeah.
safe on fuel. So this is a big overcut. I mean, he's got almost a 20-second gap. And again, everybody's going to have to pit again. So this might work out as Nasty and Turbo both come in to get off their mediums. So they did one lap on the hard, then the mediums. So they're both going to refuel, slap on the softs, and be going till the end.
I'm thinking Racer's going to do what you said earlier. Probably do just one lap on the hards, but will that play off in the end? Because I mean, he's still got the mediums to go in hards, I believe.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that's
So
still a lot of time in the pits.
he's got to stop twice. Everybody else, interesting.
Yeah.
Multi strategies. I like this. You know, this isn't something we're used to in Gran Turismo, especially in the dailies. So it's nice to have to think about. Look at that jet in the background. Crazy. What is this game? As they come out. Oh, I like their orange uniforms.
Yeah.
I do like they mimic your race suit. So whatever your race suit
Okay.
is
I was
how they
just
look
about to
in the lobbies.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah.
I never paid
Racers
attention,
and
so
so yeah, mine have the orange and two different blues on it. The Gulf
that's
/
pretty cool.
PHG 18. But it doesn't
That
do the
is
logos. So if you have logos on your race suit, it doesn't do it. And so he's coming out on the mediums. So I think he'll go almost to the end and then switch to the hards.
That's what I would do.
Salamander
It's a
getting off
gamble.
the softs, and he put softs on again. Okay, no, he didn't. Oh, I was like, wait a minute.
Mistake.
Yeah, I was like, no, Salamander. But no, he put on the hards. So I bet he just does this one lap in and out. There's no sense in using him longer than a lap, it seems.
Yeah. Agreed.
Anybody else on the hards?
I don't know. I would have been
Nasty
in the camp with them other guys.
just did the one lap on the hards. And we'll finish on mediums or softs?
I want to say the softs, probably. I want to say he started on the mediums? Question mark?
Mediums?
Medium?
And softs. So there we go.
Hey.
Finishing on softs. We still got people that need to pit again. So that'll be in their favor. Jorge, 4-second lead. And Racer not far behind. Jorge on the softs. And Racer on the mediums. They both still need to use hards. So basically Jorge's going to try to pull as far away as he can with his tire advantage, and then box hopefully there at the very end.
Hopefully get enough of a gap to, when he goes in the pits, still come out.
And I think he will, because Racer's going to have to pit again, right? So and it's not enough laps for there to be enough tire degradation for Jorge to lose time on those softs. So barring a mistake, I think Jorge has that one taken care of. Fast Cougar about 10 seconds behind Racer 51 on the mediums. and just trucking right along there. The field's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
spread out. I'm gonna see if we can find some action. We've talked enough about tires. Shaggy's in P4. Lyric getting by. Perfect timing.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Sal just came out of the pits. He did a pit stop or a one lap on those hards and then came out on the mediums, and Lyric is on the soft. So there's that tire advantage. And Lyric does not need to pit again. Lyric started on the hards. Lyric started
Yes.
on the
Yes, he
hards.
did.
So
So he'd be going with a strategy that I like, which is go with the worst one first, get it out of the way, and work your way down.
but with a 42-second gap to the leaders, even with them needing the pit
Oh,
stop again, I don't know that there's much catching that. It's an unfortunate
no.
penalty coming out of the chicane.
It'll get you across that line on that exit of the chicane. It'll let you know very quickly you're being naughty. Stop it.
Mm-hmm. It's like you do it enough times that you know when the penalty is going to come up, and you're sitting there, you're
Yep.
like, is it going to pop up? And then you pass that little marker, and it doesn't pop up, and you're like, I got away with one.
Finally.
But some of them, man, it takes them forever to register the penalty.
Oh,
Ooh, and
it's like,
Salamander's getting swallowed up after that penalty. He's got
uh,
Raider all over him. But he does have the DRS on the straights, and we saw how effective that was. But Raider is on the softs, and Salamander's on the mediums. We're seeing that come into play, and it's going to be cooler temperatures out there with the sun having been down for as long as it has. So it's going to take a
not the
little.
humidity.
The humidity never dies.
Take a shower
Not
on
not in
Monday.
Florida.
Take a shower on Monday, and you're still sopping wet on Friday.
Yep.
Been there once, and I was like, this is awful.
It was last year while we were there. It was hot and it rained like a couple days. It would just like rain for like 10 minutes, like not hard, and
Oh,
then it
no.
was just like a sauna. It was gross.
Well, you get it here in Texas like I do.
Yeah.
Where it rains for like 5 minutes, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse when I lived in the Houston area. I was just like, ooh,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
wet.
it's bad down there. Trust me. Coming from that area to the new area that I'm in, I remember very distinctly it rained for 5 minutes, and then it's just, ugh. You're like, can I get in the AC any faster?
Yeah, and AC's just running all day, all day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all day. Making all the water, all the condensation.
Ooh, Raider. Nice clean racing
go.
by the two of them. He's going to have to tuck back in at the kink, but now he's got the inside line. Not much Salamander can do. Can he get the switch back? Not quite. Very good and clean move by Raider. And the two of them battling has really allowed Turbo. Ooh, Salamander tries to send it up the inside. Doesn't quite get it done. That really does give Turbo the run here.
Well, there's two more behind Turbo.
Gonna
With
ride
them
off.
battling it, yeah. Yeesh.
Go through the bus stop. This is
that little four-cylinder scream.
just screaming. And look at the banking here as the gyro cam stays level, and they're completely turned. Turbo picks up half a second penalty there.
Oof. I know it's was it this track and a couple others. The banking on camera doesn't look bad.
No,
like from a television perspective, but when you're there, you're standing upright, but you're still leaning.
I have a picture of myself on the start finish line, and trying to keep my body straight, and so it looks like I'm leaning, like my ankles are broken essentially, as my feet are flat on the ground, and then I'm like a 45-degree angle. It is steep. It is steep.
Yeah. It's hard to see because the camera doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
just like the sounds and audio, the speakers cannot do justice of what these cars sound like.
No, no. It is cool. I didn't realize that one view, the camera's on a like
I
gyro thing, so it stays level as the car moves around it. I didn't know that was the thing. That was cool. That was
I
cool to
didn't
see.
realize that either. That is actually a nice little detail.
You learn something
Says
new every day.
got a new wrinkle in the brain.
Wrinkle in the brain. Oh no, that's Pinky in the brain. My bad.
Yeah. Here to take over the league.
Oh, and Better Dan taking advantage of the penalty served by Turbo and getting up into P8. It's a nice little battle. These are all the ones that were on the same, or I guess Salamander was on an alternate strategy, but the
Yeah.
other three on the same strategy. Go take a look up
Better
front.
Dan
Oh,
can't make his,
Sheldala just
uh-oh,
trying.
here we
Oh, a
go.
little bit of
Oh!
contact. Another
I think
wheel to
that was
wheel.
intentional. That may have been a
A bit of net
kid coming
code.
to ask a question.
Huh.
That
That
may have been
was
a kid interruption.
a kid eruption.
A kid eruption. There we go. That's what I'm gonna start calling it too.
They were able to get it cleaned up and moving
Yes,
along
yes.
there. That was close for a second. When you're traveling that fast and you have even that tiny bit of contact or wheel adjustment, it can be real
Oh,
easy to lose. Real easy to
dead.
lose the car. Jorge keeping that 6-second lead up front, looking good. Racer 51 with a really big lead on Fast Cougar. So P1 and 2 just in a league of their own right now.
They just said, "See you, field. I gotta go."
I got things to do. And
Yep.
it is cool on this track how you can see cars throughout the track while you're racing because there's not walls and stuff in between on the infield. So you can see your competition go in the opposite direction.
I was gonna
As
ask
they're
you how visibility was here. Is it pretty? You could pretty much see the whole track from.
where we sit up at the NASCAR or the end of the grandstands, right there
Yep.
where turn one is, and
Yep.
you go up to that top level, you can see the entire track.
Man.
You can see the bus stop, but the Ferris wheel does get in the way a little bit. And then when you're down on
Perfect.
the ground, visibility is not as good. You can kind
Well,
of just see what's in front of you, of course. But there are bleachers down there that you can sit on, and you'll be able to see stuff. And because of how the banking is, you can always see the cars going on the banking around you.
that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Indeed. And then at night, their headlights are so bright. You can kind of always see them. And then, of course, like I said, you can always hear them. Always hear
Oh,
them. It doesn't stop.
that's echo. Nope. Oh man. Looks like everything's calmed down a little bit. Got 4 laps to go, is what I'm seeing.
Yep, and we got a few that still need to pit for their one run on hards. So
Do you think that will?
I imagine they'll pit on lap 29.
Yep. That's exactly what I was about to say. Do you think that will kind of scrunch the field back together for a 1 lap glory run?
At least for Fast Cougar and Shaggy, I think
Yep.
they're close enough. But the rest of these guys, like Raider here, is 50 seconds off of them. So this
Yeah.
backpack, I don't think. It really just depends on how long the pit stop takes, because they shouldn't have to take fuel. So just a quick tire change, and we'll see. Because even Shaggy's 30 seconds off of Jorge, so he's close enough to Fast Cougar, but I believe Fast Cougar does not need to pit either. So I think it's just Jorge and Racer 51 that need to pit. So
Yeah, I think
Fast Cougar,
runners.
it could be P2, maybe the win could be on for Fast Cougar.
Could be, depending on
Could
how
be.
they do their pits and what they do in them, what their fuel level is, and how much time they spend in them.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to need fuel. Or if they
Okay.
do, just a splash.
Yeah.
And Jorge's extending his lead on those softs up to 7 seconds now.
I'll tell you what, I have the hardest time adjusting to the grip level of the tires. I think that's why I love the start on the worst one first and
Yeah.
go to the faster ones.
And
'Cause
get more
I
grippy as you go instead of less.
yes, yes, I do not enjoy the less grip.
Yeah. Faux show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a very hard time with that.
I've done 0 practice on the hards or the mediums, so
It's okay, you'll do fine.
if I just die turn 1, that's why. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be fun. You know, I surprised myself, and you surprised us all. I mean, didn't surprise us, but you absolutely dominated the Red Bull race. I surprised myself that I was as competitive as I was in that race. So
That one was absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
I stated, I hate driving in the rain. In real life, I've had 2 or 3 wrecks in the rain, so I swear that off. Anytime it rains, I'm not going nowhere.
just nope.
And then
Done.
nope. And then in this game, like driving that Porsche, like trying to stop was the worst thing ever. I swear.
Yeah. I was in
Especially
the
when you
Corvette. It was a tail happy surprise.
Yeah, I did that actually in Nations. I actually ran the Corvette there since we had that week of
Yeah.
daily in it.
I
put the
Go ahead.
wets on. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
Also, I turned traction control to like a million.
Yeah.
So
I ran the intermediates and I was running a TC 2 or 3.
yeah, I would have. It would have been yes.
Yes.
That is my answer. As we see the sun starting to come up.
Here comes the sun. Doo doo doo. So Jorge and Bracer should be coming in for those hards at the end of this lap.
Yeah.
Salamander was able to get back ahead of Vetterdance. Salamander's probably had the most exciting race, I think. They've
Would
been
have to agree.
been in it with everybody.
And in the not meta car. Like not even
Yeah.
a car that I haven't seen since
I'll
season
have
2
to
of NRL.
go back and watch his stream to hear what he has to say about it during the broadcast. And a quick reminder as we're approaching the end, Split 2 is happening right after this. And it will be broadcasted. So if you want commentary and a more cinematic viewing of the race, please click on that link after this race is done, the link pinned in chat. That'll take you over to Salamander and his channel where he will be doing the live broadcast there because I will be racing. But Leo is going to be there, so you'll get to still hang out with Leo. All right, let's see. Fast Cougar coming around. Oh, Fast Cougar needed to pit. Okay.
Oh no.
So it's up to Shaggy.
Yep.
No, Shaggy needed to pit. What? We were not keeping track like we thought we were. Lyric, though, we know for a fact Lyric does not need to pit.
Nope.
Here he goes. Is he gonna
slow-mo when we need him?
Right.
The tire tracker.
Wow, Lyric strat pays off.
There we go.
The undercut worked with Shaggy. Oh no. Cougar comes out, but Cougar's on the hards. Yeah, that was easy. That was easy work right there. That was easy work.
I saw them coming into that, and I was like, "Oh, here we go."
There's just no way those cold hards are going to be able to do anything on Lyric's nice warm softs. So where did
looking out there, boys?
Shaggy come out in relation to Salamander is now only 3.5 seconds from Shaggy, but I think that's too far with this much time left.
Yeah, unless he absolutely full sends it through the chicane and nails everything of it right, and Shaggy would have to pretty much annihilate his car.
We're going to be on board as Jorge led every... No, he didn't lead every lap. Racer 51 did take the lead, but It was a pretty commanding win here by Jorge. Well done, P1. Then Racer 51. Great battle. Good job. Two of these guys didn't put a foot wrong. And they did a wonderful job. As Lyric has a penalty, though.
Uh-oh.
And
Oh,
Cougar is
no.
not far. We might get ourselves a little drag race. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Great job, Lyric P3, Fast Cougar 4. Coming down with Shaggy Doo. Followed by Salamander. Better Dan. Turbo. Then we get Raider and P9. Followed by Sheldologist and P10.
I think he
And
was attempting to spin it out, but
a bit
also
of a
not
drift.
cause a yellow flag.
And Nasty to bring up the rear. Well, that was an exciting race. Especially
was.
Salamander made it
I know.
made it really exciting. We saw 3 different pitch strategies. And let's look at the results here. We got Jorge, fastest lap, 134.1. Holy cow, that is fast. Followed by Racer 51 in the GTR. So did really good in the non-meta. Then we got Lyric and P3. That's a good podium there. That was a long race for Lyric as they dropped back early on doing the alternate strategy to the guys ahead, but it paid off. And then we got Fast Cougar, Shaggy Doo. That's the top 5. Then Salamander in the Audi there, putting on a great show for us. Lots of battles with Shaggy, with Fast Cougar, with Vetter Dan. There in P7 with Turbo in P8 and Raider in P9. And then we have Sheldologist 10 and Nasty 11. That was a great race. Great job, everybody. Your thoughts, Leo?
Oh, I loved it. I loved all of it. The different strategies. I didn't know who was going to come out where, honestly. I mean, we speculated a lot, but, I mean, seeing all the different tire types being used leaves the door open for a lot of different things, and it was fantastic to see everyone trying their darndest to get the either overcut or undercut done.
Indeed. That was great. That was very helpful for me to see, because I had no idea what I was going to do. But I have to bounce. Y'all click that link in the chat if you want to go watch the broadcast. I'm going to be streaming my race here. Leo, thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah,
And
no problem, bud.
I'll catch you later. Don't commentator curse me. Don't do that.
Okay. Well, that was meant for Papa, but unfortunately, he had some life stuff come up and will not be there.
Ah.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pause here and switch my stream over, and we'll see y'all during the race. Take care.
All right, bud. Good luck.
Thank you. And we back. How's it going, y'all? Thank you, everyone who joined us for the first split. Now it's time for me to race in the second split. Get loaded in here. Sorry, I wasn't responding to chat during the broadcast. It's too distracting. So, hello to everyone. Thank you all for the likes. Thanks for joining us. I promise I wasn't being rude and ignoring you. I was focused on the broadcast. Oh, is Lead Pencil in this race? Hey, Turbo. GG's, buddy. Oh, we got Vinny the Pooh. Dang. These guys are all fast. I liked your livery. It looked great. So we got Carl, we got C-Dubs, we got Will's brother, Root, KW, Vinny the Pooh, Lead Pencil, P. Choi, Skellington, Yeti, Racer Dude, and Don Squad. Fun stuff. Oh, didn't see that. That's frustrating. Yeah, there was good battling going on from what we saw between, let's see, it was Better Dan, you, Salamander, and who was the other person? Who was the other person? Who was in the Coca-Cola livery? Thank you. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. I keep trying to shift into 6th gear. I want there to be a 6th gear so bad. Oh, I almost hit the invisible wall. Sorry, I'm looking over at my stream here. Being distracted by dumb things. Whew. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock. Oh, nice. Nice one, Vinny the Pooh. Made sure to get my PHG shirt to wear. Yeti in the Audi. Skellington all flamed up. Let's check in on the broadcast.
I know it's a little bit harder to handle than the NSX. You have to be a lot more careful coming out of the corners, but I figured some of the guys had the skill level, they would have done it and maybe made it work. I was happy to be the lone wolf out there rocking the Audi.
Somebody in your chat is asking, how's the DRS blister? Because we saw that you had it on every minute that you could. Did you do the trick that Bugatti told us not to do in Season 2 of NRL? Did you tape it down?
Nope, didn't tape it down. I just use my thumb the whole time. I do wear racing gloves while I race, so it's not like... And I did that because I did start getting calluses on parts of my hands from racing. I gotta get a pair of gloves. That's my hands. And,
Whew. I'm ready to get this party started. I am ready to get this party started. Lobby is full up. Oh, I didn't realize Rob WR is Will's brother. I didn't put that together. That's fun. I guess he's not at work now. Four minutes. Make sure I'm friends with all these people. 4 minutes. That's enough time for me to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Look at all the PHG. So much PHG. Oh yeah, I was going through and making sure I was friends with everybody. Oh, never mind. Qualifying time. Chicka-cha. Thanks, Racer. Great job, man. That was a great race. And in the GTR. I'm gonna need it. Slowed down way too much. Good to see you in here, man. I'm excited to race with you. Good luck. Good luck. I don't think Lead's supposed to be setting a lap, but could be wrong. Way too slow again. Oh, he's just doing practice. I see. That's smart, Led. And gave me a little bit of a tow. one more lap. I don't know what that was. Not good turn one. I think my lack of practice is showing. It was much faster the other day. There we go. Jumped a couple people there at the end. Got into the 36s at least. C-Dubs on pole. And we got a lot of fast guys in the back here. Good luck, everybody. 35-1. Very, very nice. Start on the hards. And be extra careful. Was it 36.6? Is that what I got when I qualified? Oh, wow. No, I got a 35.7. So I was almost a full second faster on Thursday. Hey, Turbo. Here we go. How many laps did you get on the softs? Thanks, Root. Hope work's going okay. $12. I think he wasn't able to make it. The proprietor. I think some stuff happened that he was not able to. I know they got a big snowstorm. All right, here we go. You can have it then, Root. I mean, I am starting on the hards and I've done 0 practice. So it's more likely that I'm going to spin. More likely I'm going to spin. Thank you. I might turn TC on 1 on this opening lap. Yeah, that's a smart thing to do. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go. I'm terrible in these cars, man. I do not do well. Wowzers. Wowzers. Thanks, Turbo. Why is my brake on? No, my brake's doing that. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was a crazy start. See, if I tuck my foot up under it, it keeps it from doing it. But it keeps thinking I'm slightly pushing it. Whoa! Oh! That sucked. It's only lap 3 and I've already spun myself out. My brake pedal is pissing me off, man. True. True. Anything can happen. You're right. Unlike you top splitters who are perfect. Don't make any mistakes. Perhaps. Touche. Touche, Turbo. I like it. Well said. That's my new slogan. Put it on a sticker. My pace isn't terrible. I mean, it's slow compared to the first split, but not far off the fastest lap, 2 laps in a row. Dun dun dun. Makes for more fun rivalries. Oh, Nikes. What up, Sheldologist? Good racing, Sheldologist. I spun myself out lap 2. Thank you. I've tried to shift into 7th gear every lap. Oh, sorry, Jazam. My bad. Synchronized drifting right there. Man, I'm hot. Don't have enough fans on me and I'm wearing pants. This is not ideal. I was thinking trying to get on before transitioning from the broadcast to this. I wasn't as prepared as I should have been, okay? Story of my life. Actually, I'm a pretty prepared person. Oh, are you kidding me? Come on. Nice. He's in P3. Let's go, Vinny. Oh. Dang it. I'm sure it's only making him go faster. Hey, what up, RL? Cheers. How'd it go? How'd it go last night? Nice. Tomorrow afternoon, like around 4 or 5, I think. I think my flight's at 5:30, so I need to leave here at 4. Man, I just had a string of really bad laps. Well, maybe, yeah. Perhaps. Perhaps. I really want to do some more dailies on my PHG account just so that the PHG team score can improve. 'Cause I'm killing it at race A. Oh, he hit the invisible wall. Claimed another. Or was it the tire barrier? One of the two. But we'll see. After this, I need to eat. Jeez. Eat and cool off. And then we'll see how we feel later. This is like a weird, I really don't like delivery. I don't like getting food delivered. I would 10 times out of 10 go pick up the food versus having it delivered. But I got 10 taco places within a quarter mile of me. Several that I can walk to. make our final pit stop. Benny's up in first. Has he got his strat figured out? Oh. Okay. Didn't seem to hurt him too bad. Yes. Thought they got a penalty. %. That's the only explanation, Turbo. 100% coaching. Oh. Hey, I did that earlier in the race. That's a penalty for me too, yep. Yeah, good, racer dude. Uh-oh, that leaves Jazam! Might come slipping through. No, he's too far back. Probably in one of the Discords. What up, Lunchbox? How are ya? Or maybe on Digit's website, or Tidge's website, or maybe even on the Gran Turismo website. The internet will have the answers. It's been a minute, Lunchbox. How are ya? How's your Saturday? Man, I'm sweating. I am uncomfortable. Tried to shift into 7th again. Did I start in 8th? Have we gotten back to where I started? Oh, dude, it was fantizzle-tastic. I like it a lot more than this race that I'm doing right now. I spun really bad coming out of the chicane on lap 2 or 3. Fell all the way back to last place and then slowly working my way, but I think this is as far forward as I'm gonna be able to go. Just gotta make sure Jazam doesn't catch me. My mustache is really sweaty. And I gave up and turned TC on after the 3rd almost spin. Thanks, Lunchbox. Taco beer. I'm gonna get a taco and a beer after this. That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, come on. Gotta stop doing that. See Jazam behind me. Tacos always sound fire, my friend. I'm a taco man. I had carne asada tacos for lunch yesterday. They were on point. Shazam's closing on me. See if I can do the bus stop right this time. I don't mind getting my socks knocked off. There's a place across the street from where I live, and it's like a family. It's kind of the same thing, family run, and they're all big Checo Perez fans. So I'm not sure how they feel since he got let go. But I would go there on Sundays, and they'd all be wearing Red Bull gear. I'm not getting tacos in Indiana. I'm just kidding. San Antonio spoils me. Uh-oh. It's a lot different. It's a lot different closer to the border. Yeah, that border, the southern border. There we go, finally. Finally. Stupid brake pedals driving me crazy. I'm ready for this race to be over. I'm ready for this race to be over. Oh, I said I'm ready. Hey, I'm ready. Hey, for this to be done. Uh, your DR. There's some people who have like EDRs. Your DR doesn't have to be anything to racing with us. Um, they're probably all over that link in the chat is for the broadcast of this race. So most of the people that were here are going to be over on Salamander's stream because he's doing commentating. I did commentating for the first race, and then we switched it over to Sal. But this is for PHG members only. But I think season 2 will be open to non-PHG members. Yeah, and it's really hard to build DR when you're not in there multiple times a week. Yeah, Turbo, I bet it was sweaty in the VR at the end of this race. Man, it feels like summertime. Only 42. Benny doesn't have to pit again, does he? Duke Thunder. What up, Duke? How are ya? Woo! You know, had I not had that spin, I think I actually could have done okay in this race. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Papa. Sorry, Susan. Indeed. Okay, so he's all but locked it in. I mean, he's got to finish. Yeah. That makes sense as to why he is not here. Right? Yeah, she fell right before. Yeah. Well, and she had that scare where she was in the hospital. Yeah, she had a bunch of things happen recently. That's scary. That's really scary. Lunchbox Deluxe. Lunchbox Deluxe. I've slowly been eating away at Carl, but too far. Thirty, 35.387. So a full second. Yep, Duke Thunder. Duke Thunder. Duke Thunder. My voice is a little bit shot from doing commentating, and then this. I can't quite. Duke. I can't do it. It's all scrapey in my chest. Duke Thunder. Lunchbox Deluxe is more of a Lunchbox Deluxe. Lunchbox Deluxe. Lunchbox Deluxe. I am so hot and sweaty. Thank you, thank you. Well, my brake was being applied almost the entire race. Look at my brake lights just flashing there. So annoying. So annoying. I did it! I think I finished where I started, right? I started 8th. I'm happy with that recovery. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating. Woo! Good job, Vinny. That's 2 races, 2 wins. He's gonna think he's hot stuff. Fun race. Oh man. Well, that was fun. All right, y'all. I'm exhausted. I'm going to end the stream. I might get back on later. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream or not, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Thank you all for being here, for liking, subscribing, chatting. Everybody who is here for the broadcast, and then for those who stuck around to watch me race, thank you very much. And I will catch y'all later. Thanks for your help, Turbo. Later, Lunchbox.